Is a 1,000 calorie deficit actually safe for weight loss? And is it something most people should be trying? That's exactly what we're covering today. Calorie deficits are one of the most talked about tools in weight management, but not all deficits are created equal, and going too far can do more harm than good. So let's start with the basics. A 1,000 calorie deficit means eating 1,000 fewer calories per day than your body needs to maintain its current weight. When you do that, your body draws on stored energy to make up the difference, primarily fat, but sometimes glycogen and even muscle tissue. In theory, that sounds appealing, but in practice, weight loss is rarely that straightforward. Your metabolism adapts, water retention fluctuates, and individual hormonal responses all play a role. So results vary considerably from person to person. Now, the NHS actually recommends a much more modest deficit, around 500 to 600 calories per day. That supports a gradual, sustainable rate of loss, and research suggests that more measured approach leads to better long-term outcomes than aggressive restriction. So, where does a 1,000 calorie deficit fit in? Honestly, for most people, it doesn't, at least not without close medical supervision. Very low-calorie diets, generally defined as 800 calories or fewer per day, are only considered appropriate in specific clinical circumstances, such as preparation for bariatric surgery. These are not approaches to take on your own, and there are certain groups for whom severe calorie restriction is particularly inappropriate, including children, people who are pregnant or breastfeeding, older adults already at risk of muscle loss, anyone with a history of disordered eating, and people with certain medical conditions where significant dietary changes could affect their medication. The risks of a 1,000 calorie deficit without proper guidance are real and worth taking seriously. We're talking about nutritional deficiencies, loss of lean muscle mass, metabolic adaptation, where your body slows down to compensate, as well as gallstones, electrolyte imbalances, and psychological effects, including the development of disordered eating patterns. These aren't rare edge cases, they're documented risks of severe restriction. So what should you actually discuss with your GP or a registered dietitian? A few things. First, whether any calorie deficit is appropriate for you right now, given your health history. Second, what a realistic and sustainable target looks like for your body specifically. And third, whether other evidence-based approaches, such as improving diet quality, managing portion sizes, or increasing physical activity, could support your goals without the risks that come with extreme restriction. If you're already following a very low-calorie diet and you notice symptoms like persistent fatigue, dizziness, heart palpitations, or significant muscle weakness, please contact a healthcare professional promptly. These can be signs that your body isn't coping well with the level of restriction and they need proper assessment. To recap, a 1,000 calorie daily deficit is not appropriate for most people and should only ever be undertaken under medical supervision. The NHS recommended range of 500 to 600 calories per day is a safer and more sustainable starting point for the majority of adults. And this video is not a substitute for medical advice. Before making any significant changes to your diet, speaking to your GP or a registered dietitian is always the right first step. They can assess what's suitable for you personally. Have you ever tried adjusting your calorie intake for weight management? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your experience. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the Bolt Pharmacy channel for more evidence-based health content.